Hey guys, so I'm back in my parents' house. It is Wednesday and I just got home from the baseball game, and today I learned that I want to know more. So you might ask, well, that's the whole point of this whole video series. You want to know more, you want to keep learning. What I really mean by that is the way that I kind of know things right now is that I just have a general idea of a lot of things. So, someone could ask me about hydrogen, I guess, and I could tell you it has one proton and that it's the lightest molecule on the periodic table. But I couldn't tell you anything more about that. There's a lot of examples for me. And it comes up a lot when someone asks me more in depth about an issue, and I just kind of know the general idea of it, and I don't really have the specifics. And I believe that's a consequence of the way that I've been learning outside of the classroom. Basically, the way I've been learning for a long time is just watching different YouTube videos, and usually, you learn something from a span of a 5-minute to 15-minute video, and then that's it. And then you go off to something new, and you only really give your brain a chance to process that content for the length of the video, basically, until you're on to the next thing and something completely different a lot of the times. So what I want from me is to be more well versed in certain topics. So there's a couple ones that I know like really well. I could talk video pretty in depth. A lot of the production stuff. I could talk about some video games a lot. I could probably talk about my favorite World of Tanks for 2 hours straight. I could easily just talk about that game for 2 hours. And lately I've been watching a lot of political social videos, as it is a pretty hot topic right now. But I can't really think of any other thing that I know super well. And I guess I just want to be more varied in what I know. It'd be cool to, have a really focused history on something I'm really fascinated in, like Napoleon. It sounds arbitrary, but it'd be cool to be an expert, not an expert because that takes a long time, but to be well versed in certain topics and be able to discuss them. Because a lot of times when I'm talking with people, they'll be talking about a subject and I just won't know anything about it. Like, I'll be able to do like surface level observations and kind of small talk within that topic, but I'm not usually able to dive deep into it. So that's just basically what I learned today. I'm going to try to go more in depth. When I learn something, I'm not going to take it from surface value. If I find something interesting, I'm going to dissect the idea, think about it, process it, share it with other people, and just grow my width of understanding of a certain topic instead of going, wow, avocados oxidize. And then immediately going on to how train signals know a train is coming. And even like that's a great example because I looked that up once and I kind of know there's like a signal on each side of the crossing and depending on which direction it goes, like it signals it. I don't know the specifics. So that was interesting and I wish I knew more in depth than that. That also might be a consequence of my memory. That also might be a consequence of me not putting as much effort into learning or going more in depth One of my philosophies for a while, and it's mainly been used like academically, balancing between the academics and how much effort and all this other stuff is important. So, and I've made a lot of compromises for my academics. Not to say that I'm failing, but I could be doing really well if I try really hard, but I don't really want to try that hard because I want room to do other things. So it might also just be a consequence of the effort that I'm putting in to learn these things. So I know this has been a little rambling. It's a real fresh idea, and really all I have is the goal to understand things at a deeper level instead of the surface level. And, you know, it's really satisfying to learn stuff like this. You know, it's like, oh, look at all this stuff I know, but do you really understand it? I mean, do you really? You kind of just have the synopsis of it. You don't, you know, most of the time if you're learning stuff that fast, you don't really understand it. So I think that'd be really cool to reach that level of understanding with more things. I'd rather understand things really well, less things really well, and as opposed to a lot of things poorly. So that's what I learned today about myself, not feeling as adequate. A good guiding principle is a wise man realizes how much they don't know, and a fool thinks they know all there is to know. And I guess I take solace in that I'm wise to realize that I don't know anything about anyone, and there's an infinite amount of things to know, and I am so woefully hopeless learning all that stuff. It's such a deep, dark, like, sad thing to realize. Speaking of sadness, so I was leaving my house to come back to my parents' place, and I just had all my bags, and I had my clothing bag, and usually it's got a couple of days worth of stuff in it, but I wanted to bring my dirty clothes home so I could wash it and then wear that clothes. But about 20 minutes on my way home, I realized that I completely forgot my laundry bag, and I had no choice to turn around because otherwise I would have had jeans, a shirt, and underwear and socks. And I would have had 2 outfits for 4 days. So that kind of upset me that I forgot that. Considering while I was packing up, I was thinking, pay attention, think about this a lot, and I still messed up. But something that did make me happy was I got to take batting practice on the ball field that I work at tonight, and I thought that was really cool. It's been about 2 years, and I think the last time I swung a bat was when I was an intern there. I think it was before the home run derby. I got some swings in, so just really cool, especially that I did it on a professional baseball field, and that was just really neat. But that's all I have for today. As always, I want to know what you learned today. We're having some fantastic conversations as of late, so let's keep it up. I want to keep hearing about your progress on this journey to growth and learning things every day. And, well, so we can learn together and grow together. And with that, I'll see you tomorrow.
Hey, watch out.
Oh, hey! Burn him!
I got a walk-up song.